Our sign at the right of way. We're missing all our delineators for this one, however. Maybe, well, I probably can't see it, but just down the road there's our traffic monitoring installation. And I think I pointed out the GPS sign when we were at the end of the last SPS3 site. You can see there's quite a bit more cracking on this side in both wheel paths. Real borderline between longitudinal cracking in the wheel path and fatigue cracking. Kind of have a little bit of both. It jumps back and forth between the two. Station 1. Here you can see where we get a little bit more fatigue. Got multiple cracks all kind of running parallel to each other. Like I say, it's just very borderline. I can see where it could be called either. Station 2. Definitely more cracking than the previous 3 sites, at least. Of course, the first 2, the thin overlay and the slurry, had the maintenance treatments on them. Crack seal, however, interestingly enough, has the least distress of all the sites. Just by coincidence, you can see here there's a couple transverse cracks just past 2+50. Very fine hairline cracks. Looking back towards the beginning of the site. Again, for the most part, distress in the wheel paths. Here you can see where they'd sealed some of it at one point in time. Station 3. There's still quite a bit of cracking all around it. Obvious fatigue. Area where they attempted to do some crack sealing. Pretty good sized ruts, although we measured them with the dipstick. Definitely quite noticeable in those areas where the fatigue is fairly evident. Station 4. Probably got as much as 3/4 of an inch to an inch. I'm sitting here walking right along this fatigue here, and I can feel the ridge, if you will, of the rut. And that brings us to the end of the GPS site, 489005. Looking ahead, you can see the sign for the control section, 48K340. And of course, looking back over this test section, you can just barely, well, over the horizon, you can see the slurry seal there, the darker patch, and then just right around that corner where the thin overlay is. And of course, on the back side of the hill, just this side of the slurry is crack sealed. With that, I'll go ahead and conclude the video here for the GPS site 489005 here on FM 1560 in Bexar County. This section has quite